On the Money with Alexander Joyce of Rejoice of Financial. It's so good to see you. Welcome. Sort of picking his brain this morning because I have a big question for you. So my question is, what happens to your debt after you die? This is something I know a lot of people don't like to think about. It's a very morbid thing, but I mean, I used to have student loans. If I have $5,000 in that, or I've got this mortgage payment, what does happen? What's the protocol with that?
It's a great question, and it's one that we definitely get a lot. Yeah, and it goes actually above that, right? It goes into, because we're talking, student loans, of course, are personal assets, but then we start to get into like property. Right, and we start to get into like cars.
I'll say house, cars,
assets, and then we start getting into land, right? And we help a lot of people here locally, but then we also have some large farmers in Terre Haute, Lafayette, Bloomington, and so it becomes a major issue of, like you just said, what happens with our debt, personal property, if we pass away. Number one, if we pass away with nothing, which I shouldn't say most, but a lot of people do, nothing meaning no legal documents, not a will, not a trust, not a power of attorney. Wow. And so you kind of see where I'm going with this conversation. Yeah,
which is a whole other subject and topic within itself,
Definitely is. And so that's called passing away intestate. And so what happens is that stuff goes to probate. And so with debt, what happens to debt and all of your stuff is it goes to probate, generally without any documents, if there's no beneficiary designation like a 401k, and then it's up to the judge to decide. Oh, wow. It does come flying forward because, to your point, every lawyer in the state of Indiana then knows, because dying intestate or dying even with a will is public information. And so there the bill collectors come, then the attorneys come, and then everybody's kind of banging on your door. Most people that want to keep things more private and don't want to have to worry about, especially through the grieving period, don't want to have to worry about debt, and they don't want to have to worry about making decisions on debt, or don't want to have to worry about making decisions.
Or for their family too, right? That burden. So what do we do?
A lot of times, and this isn't advice, if you will. I am a certified estate planner, but a lot of times, from my professional experience, a trust generally works that way, because it skips that probate process. Probate isn't the worst thing in the world. Yeah. However, some families, like if I'm the beneficiary of my mother's estate or my father's estate and it's hung out in probate, and I've got 4 other brothers and a sister, and I'm the beneficiary of that farm, how fast do I want that farm? Well, I probably want it like yesterday, right? And so a trust is a way to bypass that probate process, bypass that debt process, if you will. There's people in line, such as a trustee, that has been appointed by the living person to handle those matters. There is no, it is not public, it is private. And so it's just a cleaner way to do things, right? And I know that the question was, do I owe that debt?
There's so much that goes into it.
There's just a lot, right? I pass away with nothing, or I pass away with something. What happens to that? Whether I have anything or I don't have anything.
Well, because I think so often we're like, okay, my grandmother passed away, and it's everybody dividing on what she has, but I don't think we often think about what was left. What did she have to pay for? Right.
What are the taxes? And another piece of that is this evolving tax issue, right? Tax issues are tax issues. Nobody wants to think about, nobody wants to pay taxes. But we, of course, are in this special period of tax law, if you will. It's subject to change 2026. In my industry, we call that sunset. But these things will change. Estate tax will change. Corporate tax will change. Things are going to change. And so we have to be prepared for that. Yeah. And so a practice like mine, an office, a firm like ours, where we have, CPAs doing tax filing, tax planning. We've got wealth managers doing their job. We've got financial planners doing their job. We've got estate planners, legal. Kind of talking about that today.
See, it's these guys. You just need these guys, good and bad. And they have people in all avenues to take care of it. Because, the average person, including myself, really just doesn't know. Yeah. You guys are the experts.
Yeah, we are. We've been at this a long time. We built a very successful, solid practice. There's no, it's all there.
But I think the worst thing, is you want to be prepared before something happens. Because when it does happen, it's too late. You can't go back.
You can't, you can't bring them back. And so we just want to have all those ducks in a row.
Right. Let us know where we can go learn from you and get a hold of you.
RejoiceFinancial.com. Go to our website. You can request more information. You can get a newsletter. You can get a book. I'm in the middle of my third book, and so it's time consuming, but I'm very excited to share that with you in a setting like this. They can call our office. They can schedule to meet with me personally. I take on new clients. It's all there.
Perfect.
Getting a hold of us is the easy part.
It's at your fingertips.
Right? Making that leap of faith and actually picking up the phone and doing it, that's the hard part.
Just give them a call.
So, that's it.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Alexander Joyce, Rejoice Financial, on the money.
Thank you
so much.
Pleasure.